Hi there. In this video, we will now create a personal profile. The steps for creating a personal profile are different for a new cycle and a mid-cycle group. However, like I said before the registration day, remind group members to think about their savings goal. Let's get started. We go to Member Profiles, create first member. DreamSave allows you to add a profile for an existing user or a first-time user. For an existing user, you realize that the only thing you need to do is to provide the mobile phone number or Dream ID. But I strongly encourage groups to use Dream ID and then put the member's passcode. It will allow you to create this existing user. Now, the difference between an existing user and a first-time user is that a first-time user is one who has never joined DreamSave at all. But an existing user is someone who already belongs to another DreamSave group. So let's go and create a first-time user. We say next. The first thing that we are required to add is a photo. When taking a photo, make sure to zoom in on the member's face to create a clear and professional photo. Well, DreamSave allows you to even choose a photo from the gallery. So if you have the pictures of the members in the gallery, you can already even choose from the gallery, as you can see here, photo library. But if you are to take a photo, make sure you take a clear photo. But for now, we shall jump that. We'll not take a photo. Even the DreamSave allows you to take a photo at a later time. So let's provide the first name, James Musoke. Okay, gender is a male. Marital status, single. Formal education, secondary. And then birth date, we can move up or down to change the dates. And then we say okay. And then we say next. So you see it is reminding us to take a photo, but we said we'll take it later. We say no, maybe later, and say okay. Now, adults in this member's home, we can put 2. And then the dependents, we can put 2 still. And then we say next. Phone number. Well, this is very important. If the member does not have a phone, they can still be registered. However, they will not receive SMS notifications and cannot set a passcode. Also, a member without a valid phone number cannot be selected as a group officer, but they can still participate in all meetings. So when we are writing a number, we don't start with 0, we just go straight to the digits, and then we have to verify it by copying it or rewriting it again. So we leave this ticked. I want to receive text messages, but if we don't want, we can even tick there that I don't have a phone number. So we say next. Now this step is optional. This additional information, email address, national ID, next of kin, we can skip it. It is optional, but if you want, you can add it. So at this moment, we give the phone to the member being registered to set their passcode. But please encourage them to put a very simple passcode that can be remembered. But don't encourage them to use their mobile money pins. Some may be tempted to use them, but we strongly encourage not to use them because they are personal. So they need to set a passcode, which is very simple. But before giving you back the phone, you need to explain to them that they need to hide so that it is not visible by anyone, because this pin is a secret for the individual. So we say next. We have to check to agree with the DreamSave user license agreement. Then we say create my profile. So here we are, the profile has been created. Now we say done. Deliver my star. So now this will take us to another page, which is called the cycle data page. When we say done here we have to put in the members' cycle information. Now, please be cautious while entering the members' savings. As you can see here, it is asking for shares because we set up our group in shares. So please don't write currents, you put shares. But if you set up your group and it is using currents, then you have to write currents. But for us, we shall put shares. Like for example, let's put 50 shares. In the 10 meetings that we have completed, the members saved 50 shares, which is an equivalent of 50,000 shillings, Uganda shillings. So now, does the person have a loan? Yes. What is the loan term? 3 months. What was the original amount? 100,000 shillings. And please note that this is the original amount that the member took. And then here it gives us an opportunity to put the remaining balance. So if the member has not paid anything on this amount, then we would have to include the interest. But if he has paid, then we put the balance. For example, 80,000. So the loan start date, let's tap on here. So we would already have the loan start date in our records. We look in the records to see, but for now, we'll leave it at that because this is just a test group. Then we go down. Here it says adjust due date. It is very important. Why? Because if we don't adjust the date, there could be a possibility that the loan will be due on a date which is not our meeting day. As you can see, this is a typical example. We set up our group that we're meeting on Saturday, but the due date as picked is on a Thursday. So we need to change it and put it on a Saturday to avoid any inconveniences of the member wanting to pay, but when the day is not a meeting day. Let's say okay, and then we say done. And here we are. We go down, we say unpaid fines, you say yes. We put like 2,000 shillings and we say next. Yes, continue. And then we say done. Now we have to set the goal, the member's goal. We first of all choose the logo that represents the member's goal. It is business. And then we set the amount. How much will it be? Let's say, for example, 500,000. You see, it is telling us the goal is too large. So the DreamSave app warns you when the goal is too large. So we can reduce it to about 250,000. So why is this important? The app has already calculated and seen that in the remaining meetings, the member will not be able to save 500,000. But 250, it is reasonable. So as you can see here, it says that the member will have to save at least 5 shares per meeting. So we say save personal goal. And there we are. We have created our first member. So we say done. And then yes. So that is how we create our first member. Thank you for watching.